Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Sustainability Summit 44, presented by Ecovisionaries Global Group and EduFam International Academy, UAE. We are honored today with the eminent speakers' presence who are going to highlight the importance of sustainability in our lives and in our businesses as well. But today we have a twist. We have a surprise for you all. Today we have a lady whose success story is going to inspire us. A lady who was, I think, 1 year or 2 years before with us. And in our leadership challenge, she qualified with all the challenges, 30 challenges. And one of the challenge was that where do you want to see yourself 5 years ahead? And that day she declared, that day she announced that where she want to be. And today, not even after 5 years, within 2 years, she has achieved that milestone. It is incredible. It is something that's inspiring for all of us. My dear ladies and gentlemen, Ecovisionaries Global Group is committed towards sustainable lifestyle, and it covers all the aspects of human being. It discusses about our personal lives, emotional lives, professional lives, spiritual lives, and social lives. And today, we are going to have a lady who has proved that if you are determined, if you are passionate and dedicated, then nothing is impossible. So let's welcome Miss Naza Salawat, who has joined us from Dhaka, Bangladesh. A big round of applause to Miss Naza Salawat, who is an epitome of dedication, sincerity, and beauty with brain. A big round of applause to you, Naza. And now
Thank
we
you
all
so
are
much, ma'am.
eager to listen to your story, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum and very good evening. It's 6:44 from here, so obviously good evening. And thank you so much. It's an exhilarating moment for me, ma'am, because I'm back to the platform very own EduFam. So thank you, first of all. Actually, to be very honest, I don't want it to be named like success. To be very honest, it's a process for me because the growth is there and there is no limit to reach the zenith. So if I just look back to my starting point, because there are a lot of educators, I believe, in the platform, and I think they can get the glimpse of that. When I started after my bachelor's, I didn't have the mindset to establish my career as an educator. I just went over there, to have some pocket money, to be very honest. But whenever I became the teacher, seeing the students, the innocent students, where I can actually see the growth. For example, for a playgroup student, if they know about to, that conserving energy or something like that, to take care of their own stuff or the surrounding, the action is, that when the water is dripping from the call, they run and, the switch of the water call. That is the action taking for an early years. So likewise in the different step, the students do have different area to reflect on. Seeing that growth and my contribution visually, I got inspired to take educational sector as my profession. So basically, I joined as an early years teacher, and afterwards, very interestingly, after 1 year, I felt like to switch my job for a better opportunity. I went to a school and I, that gave interview over there as an agriculture teacher. That means I had a master's from agriculture. But somehow after interview, they offered me to be the head of school. Even I was only 23 or something like that. But also I grabbed the opportunity. After having or passing 3 months, I felt like that as I became the head of the school, but still I don't know the, how the pedagogy works, how I should give my service better, that to the students. I should also, that look for an organization where I can grow as an educator and I can contribute to my, that best of myself. So later on, I joined Aga Khan School, and that was basically the turning point for me. And at Aga Khan School, I also joined as a primary teacher, and afterwards, I worked in early years teachers. So here is also an interesting point. Whenever after 2 to 3 years, they told me that you can even work in the early years because I had some issues. I could not actually go upstairs to take the classes I was carrying. So at the time I cried that I was not totally prepared to come out of from my comfort zone. That 2 to 3 years I worked for primary school, and all of a sudden I have to work with the little kids. I don't know how it works, and I was not ready at all. But even, after 2 to 3 years, I could understand the challenge actually was the turning point at that point, because that helped me to learn more about the early years education. And when the COVID came, at that period, I applied to go for the, secondary sector, I mean, senior school, because I thought like that. I have the idea how the primary education works, early years works. So it's the high time that I also should come out of my comfort zone. And they took my demo and everything, and I got the chance to work in middle year and senior school. And that is the point where I got a lot of challenges. Why? Because being an early years and primary school teacher, how it turns out that you have to have a very good rapport with the kids, and you know that you have to come at school being smiley. There are a lot of ice breaking session morning time, but for the senior school it's totally a different story. What I did, I tried my best to break the ice, because most of the senior school students, they're very compact. So whenever I had a very good rapport with them, I tried to know their strength, weakness, even very all the unnecessary information. For example, I had the knowledge that which student liked dark chocolate, who actually hated papaya. So this kind of information, these were required to have a very good bonding with the students, and gradually they believed in me. So afterwards, I also worked as a professional development teacher over there in the team as well. And then there was a huge switch from Aga Khan School. It was no more there. It became the Aga Khan Academy. So at that very point, many of our teachers actually, that lost their job. We had to face the interview once again. So it's not that the whole path was very smooth. There are a lot of challenges. Then I also got the chance to work once again in primary, and also as an enrichment program coordinator. But as I got interest to work with the senior school, I thought like that, no, I should actually come out of this, because for the no, long 9 years, I worked in Aga Khan School. I learned a lot from there. I am very much grateful to my mentors. And actually, I then started searching for job. And I can remember that that participated in 11 interview, and I got call, or sort of confirmation from 8 schools. So at that very point, I joined another English medium school as in management. And then whenever I was working over there, somehow I missed the inner calling, because whenever you want to work, it's very important to get the inner calling, that you can pour your heart to get the outcome. So I just got that post in Facebook that one school, that is Daffodil International School, they are hiring for the position of vice principal. And the deadline is already gone. That means that after finishing the deadline, after the day, I got to see the job circulation. And I feel like that whatever it is, I should apply, because through my career path within the 10 years, I got to know from early years to senior school, I was there to risk, take the challenges. Even I had no experience as a vice principal, I just applied and requested them to consider my application, because even it's late, I requested them. I didn't notice that beforehand. Please consider my application. Unfortunately, they called me. We had interview for 2 to 3 times. I sat with the board, and I got selected as a vice principal. And after that starting work as a vice principal, I got to know about the EduFam Academy. And beforehand, I must say that I always try my best to reflect on the sustainable education, where the students can connect the learning in their real life, in their practical life, and that is very important. And I got to know my mentor, Ms. Halima. So afterwards, over there, it was a 30 days challenge. I had to work, a lot as in the role. But over there, every single morning, we had to go for an affirmation that that preach positivity. I am bold, I'm energetic, and by rotation, the team members used to that give one let's say that affirmation. So that actually helped us to think very positive from the very starting of the day. And that give the affirmation to ourselves that I have all the capacity to face all the challenges, to go for everything what is required. So afterwards, there are a lot of activities, lot of challenges to reflect on the learning, to write the reflection paper, and interestingly, to do the assignment. Even it is cross-cultural because we used to see it from different corner of the, that world, and do the same assignment, collaborating with each other. That helped us to know what the culture is going on or what is happening in the education sector or different sector around the world. And apart from there were, several guest speakers who used to come over here as an entrepreneur. And if I'm not wrong, Miss Halima. So at that time, actually used to know how we can envision in different sector rather than education. That also helped me to plan, because whenever you are in leadership team of a school, you have to know how the revenue works, the finance works. So those actually helped me a lot to shape my thought and knowledge together. So thank you so much for that. And what ma'am said already, there was a the session where we had to actually mention that after 5 years where we want to see ourselves. So I just said that I want to be the principal, and gradually I want to contribute not only locally, also globally. That is actually, after, I hope that after this episode, I will inshallah get the chance as well. So it was just 1.5 year, I must say, with the blessing of my all the mentors, because throughout my life I got very good mentors along with Miss Halima. There was Miss Latifa, then Taslima Mez, then Mr. Craig, Dr. Dale Taylor, Shatila Reza, a lot of good mentors. And now Dr. Subur Khan and our CEO, they always, and also my founder principal. Say for them, I had a lot of scope to learn actually. And I tried my level best to give my whole 100%. And to be very honest, if I just cut the long story in short, I always try to work 48 hours in 24 hours. I never, when I ask myself that why have I achieved that and what I should achieve, that, you know, I myself equal to myself that I actually always work a lot and I work harder. And I never, that miss any opportunity whenever I see the scope to grow. So afterwards, after 2 years, Alhamdulillah, I got the chance to work as a principal for two of our branches. So that actually, whenever I was saying that I manifested at the time, so I'm so grateful to Dr. Halima that she helped me as a mentor to envision what I want to be. So thank you so much. And apart from that, currently I am having my thesis in for that master's in educational leadership and school improvement. And also I am doing some certification in early years from Harvard Graduate School of Education, then Cambridge, IB. I try my level best to learn every single day. And when I become the leader, apart from that to what say that to bring the development within the students and to satisfy the parents, I always try my level best to pay attention to my team members. If you really want to grow your team members, you have to take care of them. So I really try my level best to make my teachers and admin people happy, because if you want to grow the people, you have to water them, give them fertilizer, and show give the exposure to sunshine. So that is actually the process. It's not a success. I'm in the process, I must say. So I was not ready at all. It was not scripted. Whatever comes from my heart, I just say that. So thank you so much. That is in brief, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your
Wow,
patience hearing.
wow. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel when you achieve your goal? And within within just 1.5 years, that's
Yes, ma'am.
really
Yes.
it's really incredible. Yes, Ranjita, do you want to share
Yeah, sure.
something about? Yes.
Yeah, sure, sure. No, first of all, congratulations, Naza, for this achievement. It is a true proud
Thank you.
moment for yourself. It's remarkable, and it's showing, how much the hard work and that learning mindset will take you forward. So, and it was really inspiring. So, I'm glad you could share the story with us, and I'm happy to hear your story. And keep going, keep doing better, and I wish you achieve all your dreams.
Thank you so much. Your kind words mean a lot. Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. All the best.
Yes, Dr. Anjum, you wanted to say?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. That was really great listening to you, and you're very inspiring. And of course, if we always think of continuing that learning, so we are always going to grow, and lots of blessings and best wishes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And Naza Salawat, congratulations once again on behalf of EduFam International Academy and on
Thank you,
behalf
ma'am.
of Ecovisionaries Global Group. And for your kind information, now since last year, like September 2024, we have started a new division under EduFam International Academy, that is Ecovisionaries Global Group. Or under that, we conduct lots of sustainability programs that's really going to be helpful even for your school and students as well. And most of the programs are just complementary programs. Like today's session, it's on live and it's also a complementary program. So now we are going to have our participant, our green ambassadors of sustainable lifestyle course, who are going to share one of the topic for this week that they have already done the challenge on that particular topic. So let's learn from them. First speaker for this evening is Miss Meenal Vaidya. Miss Meenal Vaidya is an educationist, and she is going to talk about she will be talking about ESG and carbon accounting for a responsible future. So, Miss Meenal,
thank you, Ms. Salima. I will present one presentation.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah.
Hello, yes, Meenal.
Yeah. My topic is ESG in medical center and carbon accounting. We talk about the sustainability, we talk about the healthcare, but we rarely talk about the connection between the two. Medical center is one of the biggest consumer of energy and water, is often missing from the climate discussion. So ESG and carbon accounting help us bridge these two words. ESG, E stand for environment, S for social, and G for the governance. ESG is a set of standards for how a company operates in regards to the planet and its people. Now, what is ESG? ESG refers to environmental, social, and governance factor in an organization's operations. There are three pillars, E, S, and G. E means environment, like how an organization impact on the environment. Social, how organization treat people and communities. Governance, how an organization is run, including the leadership, ethics, decision making, and transparency. Now, why ESG matters? ESG helps organization to think long-term and act responsibly. ESG has quickly become one of the primary concerns in business, including manufacturing. Business owners, managers, and stakeholders are all impacted by the ESG. ESG is important because socially conscious investors now use ESG criteria to screen potential investment. Now the question is, why ESG in medical center? We can see some points. The first is healthcare center causes 5% of global carbon emission. And the medical center consume large amount of energy in the form of light, air conditions, diagnostic machines like CT scan, MRI, X-ray, and the medical waste, transport, and chemical. Hospitals generate large amount of waste, including used syringe, gloves, expired medicine, blood bags, etc. Much of it is infectious or hazardous, so it requires special handling and disposal. Some transport like the patient, staff, and the suppliers all contribute to the transport emission. Some chemical used in the medical center, they release toxic residues into the air, water, and soil. So need to install chemical fume hoods and the ventilation system for that. So the waste resources in the healthcare centers not cost the hospitals more money, but they also lead to higher pollution level. Now, what is carbon accounting? Carbon accounting is the practice of measuring, reporting, and verifying the greenhouse gas emission of an organization. It can help the small business to monitor your carbon footprints, build long-lasting brand equity, fulfill greenhouse gas reporting requirements, and demonstrate climate action. What is carbon accounting? It tracks greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, your clinic emits, like CO2 released from the electricity use, medical waste, and transport. Just like medical report, it follows the 3 steps. Measure the emission coming from all activities in the medical center. Monitor these emissions regularly to see if they go up or down. Then improve by identifying ways to reduce emission, making your clinic more eco-friendly. Help reduce cost and environmental impact. Doing this not only help the planet by lowering the environmental impact, but it can also save clinic money by cutting waste and improving energy efficiency. So that's why carbon accounting is important, because it helps to assess their environmental impact, identify area for improvement, manage financial risk, meet growing investors' demand, support carbon neutrality pledge. Now, understanding of Scope 1, 2, and 3 emission. Scope 1 is a direct type of emission. The sources is generator, clinic vehicles, etc. Scope 2, indirect emissions. Electricity used by the clinic. Scope 3, supply chains, the delivery vehicles, staff travel, and waste. Scope 1 is a direct emission. From the clinic-owned sources, the main source is energy backup diesel generator, central owned vehicle, for example, patient's van, sterilization gas leak. Then how can we reduce this type of emission? Switch to inverter-based air conditions, low emission genset, clean fuel, and use hybrid or electric vehicles. Scope 2 is electricity. It is biggest cost in a small clinic. Some sources like the high load from the machines, X-ray, CT scan, MRI machines, or the cooling system like 24/7 air conditions, computer. What are the solutions for this? We can switch to the green or solar panel, upgrade to energy efficient appliances, LED or sensor motion services, and set AC at 24 degrees Celsius. Now the third is scope 3. It is indirect type of emission. It is biggest emission because it contributes 60 to 80% from outside services. It includes waste pickup, supplies, truck, laundry, travels. The solution for this, we can choose the eco-friendly suppliers, promote the carpooling and digital consultation. Then, benefits of ESG and carbon accounting. It lowered the bill, less waste, better public image and patient trust, support the UAE Net Zero 2050 plan. Green clinic is equal to the future ready clinic. Some simple actions we can start in the clinic. We can use the LED or sensors for light, set AC to 24 degrees Celsius, or we can just add the curtains or tents, switch to digital file and WhatsApp report, train the staff so that they can follow the turn off, reuse, and recycle. There are some UAE's policy that's supporting the green healthcare. UAE net zero by 2050. This we will discuss in next slide. Ministry of Climate Change and Environment and Health Authority are moving towards the green licensing. More hospitals and clinics joining green initiatives. Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, Federal Electricity and Water Authority, now known as Etihad Water and Electricity, they support the solar and efficiency project. So what is net zero? Net zero means balancing the amount of greenhouse gas emitted with the amount removal from the atmosphere, so the total impact is zero. In simple terms, if your clinic emit 100 tons of carbon dioxide, it must also remove 100 tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through the action like planting trees, using clean energy like solar and wind, investing in carbon capture projects. So the goal of net zero to stop adding extra greenhouse gases to the atmosphere and limit global warming, especially in line with the Paris Agreement's target to keep global temperature rise below 1.5 degrees Celsius. These are the benefits of achieving net zero emission in healthcare. Mitigating climate change, saving money, reducing air pollution, improving local communities. So average UA clinic with 10 staff and their own lab. So some sources like electricity, generator fuel, medical waste, and transport. So electricity can contribute the 70 tons of carbon dioxide per year. Generator fuels, 20 ton of carbon dioxide per year. Medical waste, 15 ton of carbon dioxide per year. Transport, this is a scope 3 emission. It contributes the 40 tons of carbon dioxide. Average 145 tons of carbon dioxide per year from a small clinic. So these are the graphical representation of the same data. Track, report, and improve. We can use simple dashboard for the electricity, fuel, waste, and travel. Reward the staff when they meet the goal. Share update with the patient and the partners of business. Use poster and ESG pledge board. We have already upgraded our healthcare system through digital records, smart diagnostic, advanced treatment. Now it's time to upgrade how we treat the planet. ESG plus carbon accounting is a green shift. Let's add environmental care to our patient care. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Miss Meenal.
Thank you.
To be very frank, there are certain concepts that really was very helpful even for me also to understand. And especially when we are talking about UAE's vision, net zero, and all those things. It's really wonderful. Please give a big round of applause to Ms. Meenal. So ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 more speakers, and then after that, we are going to have open question answer sessions where the participants are free to ask questions to any of our speakers, or maybe they can add on and share their thoughts. So let me invite the next speaker. Our next speaker is an educationist from India, Dr. Anjum Nazir Qureshi, and she will be speaking on a very, very latest topic, and the topic is sustainable fashion. When it comes fashion in the mind, you know, it flashes like, oh, so much glitter, so much glamour and all those things. But let's see how Dr. Anjum Qureshi is going to justify the sustainable fashion for all of us. Over to you, Anjum.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And of course, this is going to be a very interesting topic because when we talk about fashion, as ma'am said, we start thinking so many things. But yes, this concept of sustainable fashion. Here, we are not going to see only just the clothes that we are wearing, but all the accessories, your footwear and jewelry, whatever you're wearing, how you are contributing to sustainability. So that is what sustainable fashion is about. And when we talk about this, yes, because it will involve making conscious choice about the clothes that you're wearing, about how you care for them, and about how you reduce the environmental and the social impact of the fashion industry. So it will include prioritizing ethical production, using eco-friendly materials, and extending the life of your garments. So I would like to start with the first one, that is for to embrace sustainable fashion. First is choose sustainable materials, use natural and recycled fibers like the cotton, linen, and the recycled polyester and the other eco-friendly materials. Avoid synthetic fibers, nylon, acrylic, because you never know by using this fabric and when you dispose it off, they are contributing to microplastic pollution and often they are made from non-renewable sources. The second, buy less and choose well. So here I would like to ask a question. Does anyone of you remember how many, pair of clothes you must be having in your wardrobe? I think it is very difficult to answer. And especially for women, though we may be having a cupboard full of clothes, but still when we want to go anywhere, we feel as if we don't have anything to wear. So here I would like to say, yes, prefer quality over quantity. Invest in durable, timeless pieces that will be worn for years instead of following fleeting in trends. Choose clothing items that can be mixed and matched to create various outfits. The next is whenever the third one is about the brands. So whenever you are buying something new, just see for the brands. So try to search for their production process. Try to see if they're committed to fair labor practices. Check for their certifications like fair trade, global organic textile standards. So you will be able to know whether they adhere to the ethical and sustainable standards. The fourth one is extend your garment life. Learn basic saving skills to repair torn clothes or to replace the buttons, because sometimes just it gets torn a little bit. A button gets here and there, and you just throw it off. You feel like it is not, you cannot wear it. But yes, you can be doing this. Wash clothes less frequently, because this will help in reducing water and energy consumption. Because by washing clothes, it will lead, release of fibers again. So wash clothes only when they are necessary, and whenever possible, air dry clothes instead of using machine dryers. It will help in saving a lot of energy and also prevent fabric damage. The fifth one is explore second-hand and rental options. I would like to share that yes, one of my students, she just started with it, clothing, rental clothing, because some special occasion we just spend lot of money on the buying new clothes every time when we have to attend the function. Yes, we all are professionals. We should dress up properly. That is very, very important. But we shouldn't be spending so much that we have so many clothes every time and we don't wear it for months. We never go and see whatever we are having. So give bravely love clothes a new life by shopping at thrift stores and vintage shops. Participate in clothing swap. And the sixth and the most important one, embrace circularity. You need to learn to recycle and upcycle, explore options for recycling old clothes or repurposing them into new items. Like 2 days ago, we had this challenge, and we even posted on that how we used our old sarees and converted into a new dress. And reduce waste, minimize textile waste by choosing clothing with minimal packaging and supporting brands that prioritize waste reduction. So by making these conscious choices, you can contribute to a more sustainable and ethical fashion industry by minimizing its environmental impact and promoting fair labor practices. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And when we watched that movie, what was the name of that movie where they are renting the clothes and they go for the Bharati? There, I think Praniti Chopra is there or Sushant Singh. So
Okay, I don't
yeah,
remember.
so that time I was thinking that how it is possible that people even going for the marriage, even the bridegroom and bride, they were also renting the dress, and they were renting the people also. Like if Bharati has to go 40-50, so there were less number of people, so some people were coming on the payment, just go in the Bharati to add on the number. So that time I thought that what is this, how it is possible, but now it is really a good initiative. It is going to help in the environment, in the sustainability, and renting out the dress is really a good idea. And even the jewelries, even all other things. So this is, we should appreciate, and thank you very much, Dr. Anjum, for sharing such beautiful ideas and thoughts. Thank you. God bless you. Our next speaker is Miss Ranjita Raghavan, who is from United Arab Emirates, a business consultant. And if you read her post every day on the LinkedIn, you will become a great businessman, no doubt in this. Thank you very much, Ranjita, for sharing such beautiful thoughts. And now over to you. She is going to speak about plant-based food.
Thank you, Dr. Halima, for that wonderful introduction. It's been a pleasure to be part of this sustainability journey, and I'm loving every day of it. So you could see that enthusiasm in my post as well. As much as possible, I'm trying to follow the challenge. And today it gives me great pleasure to talk about a favorite topic of mine, which is plant-based diets. I hope all of you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
So this presentation I have just prepared just so that we can just pause and think about the simple acts of eating. So if you see, every day, 3 times, we make choices about the food we eat. But what is the environmental cost of our plate? We are actually at a tipping point where our diets are actually end up shaping the planet's future. You can see in the festivals, in the events, in parties, the amount of food that get made. It is of always of extra in volume that people don't realize the luxury that we are having and the abundance that we are having. But instead, if you are able to be mindful about the consumption, there will be lot more less food wastage. But beyond that, if you look at our current food system, if you see, many of the non-vegetarian food items are actually draining much higher resources like polluting water and warming our planet. As someone like me who am deeply invested in sustainability, I have come to realize that what is on our plate can also become more powerful than what is in our cars or even our shopping carts. And the answer is very simple: plant based food. It is one of the most powerful tools to fight climate change. And adopting to more plant based food choices is one of the most impactful ways to protect our environment. We can also conserve and reduce the usage of our resources and eventually fight the climate change. And this isn't about asking everyone to become vegan overnight. That is what most people think, and they fear of going into plant-based diets. It's in fact about just being conscious about those mindful changes. If you are able to choose lentils in as a protein source instead of a non-vegetarian, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. If you are able to go for an oat milk instead of cow's milk, couple of times a week, or a chickpea burger over a beef burger or a chicken burger. These small reduction in the usage, small swaps can create a ripple effect. If you see, plant-based diets can cut food-related emissions by up to 70%. And that is not a small change. It is a shift. It takes around 15,000 liters of water to produce 1 kg of beef, but only 1,200 liters for 1 kg of lentils. So many people go for the fact that because I need protein in my diet, I should go for non-vegetarian. That is not the case. So we can have a balanced diet where we are able to switch to many of these plant-based protein diets to compensate our protein requirements as well. So it is not mandatory that we have to go for non-vegetarian. And if you see, the reason why we have to make these mindful shift is that animal agriculture is the leading cause of deforestation and biodiversity loss. If agriculture of animal was not so much industrialized, probably this challenge would not have been there. But now it has become in such a way that almost 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions, that is caused by the animal agriculture, and it is more than all the planes, all the cars, ships combined. So which is why plant-based diet shift is an important thing. And you can see the deforestation that happens for allowing grazing of animals. It is also polluting rivers and water bodies because of how much water gets consumed for animal agriculture. So shifting to plant-based diets is not only safe for the planet, but it's healthier for us as well. Studies show that plant-based diets will lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain cancers. In fact, I started going meat-free at least 3 to 4 times a week for several years now. And I discovered very interesting recipes that I could actually make that shift. There was a point in time when I thought I could never be a vegetarian, even for one single meal. I was always thinking I'm a pure non vegetarian. That was what I used to say. But you can see a plate that I did again specifically for part of the challenge. It was a very fulfilling meal for me, and I was very happy, and it was a proud moment for me. So there are a lot of diverse options, and we should not shy away from experimenting with it, is what I would say. And if only 10% of the population went plant based just 2 times a week, we could actually save billions of liters of water. So it's not about perfection. Again, anything with sustainability, it's about those small mindful actions. So I would like to say, imagine if we all choose one plant-based meal today. One less burger, one more bean curry, small acts, but it will be multiplied by millions of people and it can heal the earth. We have to remember our choices today to shape the world that our children can inherit tomorrow. One plant based meal at a time, we can nourish ourselves better and also nourish our earth as well. So, what I would like to end by saying is that next time you sit down for a meal, ask yourself, is my plate aligned with the planet I want to live on? And I will end the session today with a quote: eat for the world you want to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranjita. Thank you very much for your balancing presentation. That's what I also tell the people, that non-vegetarian doesn't mean that in the breakfast, in the lunch, in the snacks, in the evening tea, in the dinner, every time we have to eat non-veg. Non-vegetarian means that we are vegetarian too. And we have to have the fine balance between these two. Your presentation was really a wonderful solution, and it's really very healthy for a sustainable lifestyle and for the sustainable world. God bless you. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you, Dr.
So,
Halima.
any comments, ladies and gentlemen? Or you are keeping your comments reserved for the end? Okay, so let's move to the next speaker. And our next and the last speaker for this evening is Sama Ibrahim Didi. She has joined us from Maldives. This is really a very, very international group. Today we all can see this. And she will be speaking on circular economy. Sama Ibrahim, over to you, please.
Samaji, you are on mute.
You please
Samaji,
unmute
you are on
yourself.
mute.
Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's wonderful to be in here with a lot of diverse background people, and it's a privilege for me to be here. So, what I'm going to be talking about is how the circular economy can contribute to the sustainable development. So, as such, circular economy it can be an alternative economic model that emphasizes the continuous use of resources by creating a closed loop system, meaning where we minimize the waste and mostly focus on products that can be reused, recycled, or repaired. So all in all, we are trying to be economizing the concepts of the products and then trying to ensure that we live in a better world in terms of that. So in terms of the traditional linear economy, it follows like make and dispose pattern, where rather than in the circular economic system, we seek to extend the product life cycle and reduce the environmental impact of those products. Now, the benefits include it also helps in conserving the resources by reducing the extraction of raw materials, and also it helps in reducing waste pollution and energy consumption. And also it encourages the innovation in designing, recycling, and repurposing it. So, for example, we can use materials in different ways, in different uses, and also use the same products with a different purpose as well. So those are the kind of benefits that we get from it. And to expand or extend this products of life extension, we can use it a more durable design or implement like take back schemes where we send the materials that we have been using it to the factories or places where they reuse these materials in different purposes and different schemes like things, and also help and promote in repairability and offer services to repair and refurbish these products. So this can foster a culture of sustainability in terms of the economy, where we can reuse these products, repair them, and again recycle them and utilize it, meaning less impact to the environmental concept. And as for the role of consumers, the consumers can play actually a very key role in choosing these long-lasting products, where they can actively participate people in the recycling programs, and also advocating about these circular brands could enhance the sustainability within the culture or the community. So due to the circular economy, they offer a sustainable alternative to traditional consumptions, and also it will effectively address the resources where we have this depletion, pollution, and waste. So despite these challenges, there will be initial high cost, and also there can be sort of people getting adjusted to this, maybe a bit resistance may involve in there as well. And a very much success of this circular economy can also depend on the supportive policies that can enhance a more holistic approach where everyone collectively work together to build this. So overall, I think I believe it's necessity for us to shift long-term environmental and economic resilience among the communities so that we can help to achieve the goal. And through this learning about circular economy, the way I also view about consumption has changed as well, and I have become more mindful of choosing the sustainable and long-lasting products. Made me aware of my role in reducing waste and supporting the greener practices. So that was something I learned throughout this understanding these concepts. And now I am more able to learn and adapt myself into the eco-friendly habits in the daily life. And with every challenge, I am learning to adapt and be more eco-friendly. And I believe that we can start with every small conscious choice that we make, which can impact bigger impact and a long-lasting impact as well. So all in all, in conclusion, I believe that when you talk about circular economy, it's not just about the model that we are talking about. It's a path toward a more sustainable and a responsible future. We can rethink on how we design and use and dispose the products. At the same time, we can preserve these resources and reduce environmental harm as well. So I believe together we have the power to close the loop and build a greener, more resilient world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sama. It was really well presented. And of course, we are going to talk about this. We are going to discuss today about the presentation quality as well, how who has presented. So thank you all the speakers. Thank you, Sama Ibrahim. Give a big round of applause to all of them. And now this is the time for the question answers, comments, add-on. And may I request Shiza Fatima, who is the student's voice today. So first chance should be given to the students, and then we'll give the chance to the adults. Yes, Shiza, how was the session? What do you have to say?
Thank you, ma'am. So thank you firstly to all the speakers. I truly enjoyed the way everybody presented, and I feel that I don't have any questions because the way everybody presented was so precise and it was so clear and informative. For the first speaker who shared her personal story, it was so inspiring to me because being a youngster, I always like dream, and listening to the story, it made me feel that dreams can actually be achieved when we put in hard work into them. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that. For the session, the second speaker, I really enjoyed that session as well. It taught me how, even the small actions that we do connect to large climate goals, and how, the United Arab Emirates contributes to all of these goals and sustainability. Thank you, ma'am. Then for the third speaker about, I think, sustainable fashion, it was a big eye opener to me. It taught me about reusing our clothes, about not buying excessive amount of clothes. So it was something that was relatable and something that I can definitely apply in my real life. Thank you, ma'am. Then for the fourth speaker session about plant-based diet, it was really informative and it was really inspiring. I appreciated, how you connected food, health, sustainability all in one. It was so practical. And for the last speaker who spoke about circular economy, it tied up everything together so well. And I love the presentation, and it taught me how small actions can make a big change. And in short, I feel today's session was great. Thank you so much, everybody, for the speeches. Everyone's words made me truly impacted today, and I'll definitely implement them in my daily life. Thank you.
Wow, 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 Shiza, it doesn't look that a student of grade 7 is speaking. You are in grade 7 still or grade 9, grade 8?
Grade 8.
Grade 8. Beautiful observation, beautiful suggestions. Thank you very much. And yes, Professor Dimitri ji, you must be very happy to listen to the student.
Of course, madam. So listening to a student at this level is amazing. There's no argument. The entire session, I'll speak about the entire session. So it's someone might think these are simple things, but all these simple thing matters. So when I was a student, I can remember my lecturer said, you drop water, just little to a place, then it will spread. And that kind of a spread will go into a bigger water pond. So then it will never start from without dropping single drop. So we can't we can't create oceans or anything just by one day or overnight. So these little actions matters a lot. So then we can expect a better future. So small actions matters and it means a lot. So I'm so happy to hear all these actions, and then it gave me a reminder, some things that I learned some 20 years ago from my professors. So a great session. I'm so honored to be part of this. Thanks, madam.
Thank you, Professor Dimitri. Thank you for your valuable words. It means a lot for all of us. And yes, Dr. Nazar Danish, a man of action. Whatever we have spoken, he believes and he tries to bring into the action. Yes, Nazar, over to you, please. Zero waste. You are muted.
Thank you, Dr. Halima. Thank you very much. Actually, you are one of the main reason why I'm always on a high energy, because I know that you are always looking for people to add in our team, which is really, really great. Because as Dr. Dimitri just now said, a drop. So you are the person who is dropping that drop. And what I heard just now with all of you, from Dr. Anjum to Meenalji to Ranjita to Samaji, and especially our youngest ambassador. So what I see is we all said the same thing. Small, small, small changes and small steps towards a greener society, a sustainable lifestyle, a sustainable food style, sustainable fashion, and what we have seen in our life. Circular economy, when I heard Sama, I'm really happy that the country which is really small and she is trying to do something in sustainable circular economy, which gives me a really happy moment that, okay, from small country to a bigger country, to UAE, to Malaysia, to India, everybody is involved. Bangladesh is also now in. So it means we are growing. And this, all of us, what we said is one thing. We are thinking about a sustainable lifestyle. I totally agree with everyone in this. Dr. Anjum, what you said, new generation is all about fashion. And if they have a sustainable fashion style, lifestyle, they'll be doing a lot of difference. Ranjita, you just said about the food, diet. Even I try to follow what you said, and it works. Sama, you are already motivating me. Mainal, you are already done. You have done something which is basically, if you don't account what you are doing, you don't know. It's like your own personal bank account, you know. So when you implement, okay, how when we go hospital or we go somewhere where we can have a public transport, how we can cut down on the carbon emission, and especially hospitals, we don't think, we just run. Okay, call a grab or call a taxi and run. So when these kind of small steps, yes, emergencies, we should use that. But when we don't have emergencies, we're just going for a checkup, leave early, have a short walk. So at least you'll have a more like healthy lifestyle. And then Shiza, at this age, you are like my son is around 3 years younger than you. And when I hear you, I can see that what will happen on him, how smart he will think when he will grow or he will become like your age. So it's really appreciating, and it is all credit goes to the whole team, not only one of us. It's whole team, because when we work as a team, everything goes good. So I'll always, like always, I say, go green, save the world. We have to find out like more sustainable way. So we have to have a circular economy with a sustainable solution lifestyle. So if you need anything, I'm always here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And let me just end the live streaming and the recording.